Super Smash Bros. Is a franchise with a concept that prints money. I mean, the thing's a big Nintendo crossover game where Mario and Pikachu fight to the death and Wii Fit. It's genuinely genius. There are currently 6 Smash games and they have sold a combined total of around 76 million copies. That is a lot of money Nintendo could use to produce alarm clocks. With all this money on the table, it's only logical to assume that other companies will try to make their very own version of Smash to try and take some of Nintendo's money. Notice how PlayStation All-Stars does not have a sequel.
Maybe it's time someone taught you some manners.
Pretty much all the games made to compete with Smash ended up failing. Parappa the Rappas and Donkey Kong, the poor guy never stood a chance. However, if a company with a vast variety of characters iconic enough to rival the likes of Minecraft Steve made their very own Smash game, it would probably do pretty well. Sure, it might not kill Smash, I think the franchise is too big to fail at this point, but hey, it'll do better than Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion. So in July 26, 2022, WarnerBros released a beta of their very own Smash clone called MultiVersus. As we're all aware, Warner has more than enough popular characters to make a successful Smash clone. They have Bugs Bunny, they have Superman, they even have Minecraft Steve now. And yeah, MultiVersus was actually received pretty well when it came out. Best of all, it was free, so anybody could play it if they didn't want to pay $60 for Smash Ultimate or just didn't own a Switch. Sure, the game wasn't perfect, but it could always improve in updates. After all, the game only released in a beta state. I sure can't wait to see how the game improves over the years as it leaves beta and becomes the incredible platform fighter it has the potential to be. Oh, they shut it down for about a year. It's now a good time to mention that this game was monetized. Anyways, on May 28th, 2024, the actual game came out, no longer in its beta form. So surely it improved a lot, right? Well, people complained about the game being too slow and having awful monetization, with some saying that it was better in the beta. Okay, but the developers can listen to people's complaints. They're being pretty vocal about the problems with the game. There's absolutely enough time to turn things around and let this game reach its full potential. The speed complaint could be addressed pretty quickly at the very least. I'm sure MultiVersus has a bright future ahead of it. Come on guys, this wasn't even funny the first time. So on May 30th of this year, MultiVersus will be shutting down for good this time, and you'll only be able to play it offline. It's now a good time to mention that this game was still monetized. But why did this happen? The game had more than enough time to redeem itself from its rocky launch, similar to how a game like Planet Coaster 2 is doing right now, but it just didn't. So in this video, I want to take a look at MultiVersus, what it does right and what it does wrong, to try and find the factors that led to its sad and pathetic failure. First of all, the gameplay. You probably could have guessed this by the game's price tag, or rather lack thereof, but MultiVersus is pretty much just Diet Smash Bros. MultiVersus is to Smash what Disney is to Universal. Sure, both are good, but Universal has the minions, so that's a clear advantage. MultiVersus has less characters, stages, modes, and there also aren't any items that randomly spawn throughout a match, which is a shame. The items in Smash help spice up the gameplay, making every match even more unique. It's not really that big of a deal though, because honestly, I still had fun playing this game. I even noticed that they changed the speed, making the game faster, which was nice. I mean, they implemented this change in Season 5, which is a little late, but it's better late than never, I suppose. Wait, what season are we on? Yeah, so for some reason, the devs decided to speed up the game and make it more fun to play on the season right before it gets shut down. That's like going for a bike ride without your helmet, falling and landing on your head, and then putting on your helmet in the hospital. Like, it's a little late for that, don't you think? Whatever, at least gathering footage for this video was more fun than it would have been if they didn't make the game faster. I liked how the stages looked in this game, especially the Gremlins movie theater, but I don't know, I feel like most of these stages are just a flat piece of land with 1 or 2 platforms around the place. It would have been nice if the stages had a bit more layout variety. The Gremlins stage is different though, that's where it's the best one. So in terms of gameplay, MultiVersus is pretty good, though maybe my opinion on it would have been different if I played before the speed increase. Judging by how negative the reception was towards how slow the game was compared to the beta, I think the game probably could have lasted a bit longer if they made it faster sooner, because it's honestly a pretty good time. However, one of the most important parts of a crossover fighter like this, apart from the gameplay, is the character roster. These games need to have cool, iconic characters people actually want to play as, you know? I doubt Smash Bros will be as popular as it is today if instead of Mario it had Blue Toad. Unfortunately, MultiVersus doesn't really take full advantage of Warner's extensive list of popular characters. I mean, sure, they've got some big names here, Bugs Bunny, Batman, a LeBron James who isn't voiced by LeBron James. I know these characters, you know these characters. Now, can you tell me who Nubia is? No, seriously, who is she? And why is Adventure Time Banana Guard here? I've never watched the show, but surely has much better characters to choose from. It might sound hypocritical of me for complaining about niche character picks in this game, since I praise Marvel Rivals for doing the same thing, but like, Jet the Landshark makes me happy, Nubia makes me confused. Like I said, Warner has so many iconic characters under their belt. You see this poster for HBO Max? That should have been MultiVersus. Sheldon Cooper should have been front and center of this game. Why add a Banana Guard when you can add Benson Regular Show? Why add a Tasmanian Devil when you can add Porky Pig? Why add Black Adam when you can add the Flash? Wait, sorry, I forgot this isn't a horror game. They had Mark Hamill in the recording booth for Joker. Why not add Skip's Regular Show into the game as well? He would have been perfect here. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about in terms of characters are the last 2 to be added into the game, because their inclusion genuinely baffles me. MultiVersus is failing, it's being shut down, it's about to get chicken runned, and yet instead of adding recognizable characters to try and salvage the game, they added Aquaman and Lola Bunny. Why? Genuinely asking here, whose favorite superhero is Aquaman? He's like a budget version of Mermaid Man from SpongeBob. Why not add the Flash instead? I forgot what kind of game this was again. And Lola is just such a bizarre pick. Out of all the Looney Tunes characters to add, they added a Space Jam rabbit. Like, come on, Daffy was right there. Granny was right there. She was like a World War II spy in the Looney Tunes show. She would have been perfect for this game. Also, the game already has a basketball character, and he's LeBron James. I don't know much about sports, but I do know that LeBron is a pro basketballer. I don't get it. Why add another basketball player when you already have one of the best? At least add a character popular enough to get a Funko Pop. Sheldon Cooper was right there! To be fair, Lola is fun to use because unlike other characters, she's actually fast. I can't believe MultiVersus finally figured out what makes fighting games fun. Only took 9 months in a funeral service. I kinda feel like the devs underestimated how much adding really popular characters can help in a game like this. Honestly, the only reason I wanted to play this game in the first place was because Tom and Jerry were in it. The fact that they were Tax or Tom trying to hit Jerry only to accidentally hit the enemy is such a cool detail. I think that if this game had more Bugs Bunnies, more Beetlejuices, more Batmans, and less Jason Momoa, it could have done a bit better. I mean, sure, if people didn't find a game fun to play, then it probably wouldn't have mattered if Sheldon Cooper was in it, but I don't know, his inclusion probably could have helped a bit. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about in this video is the game's monetization, because it is absolutely diabolical. Most free games are monetized. This is by no means a secret. Fortnite would not make any money if they didn't charge like $10 for the Skibidi Toilet Cameraman. However, while free games usually only monetize cosmetics, MultiVersus monetizes cosmetics and things that give people an actual advantage, like the fighters. I've played this game for 6.5 hours, and yet I only have 9 fighters. Oh, and 2 of them are Aquaman and Lola, which were given for free on account of the game being killed. Every fighter costs 1,100 Gleamium, one of the game's 4 currencies, and they only have around 200. And in Season 4, they added a Brawl Stars Star Road into the game to make getting new fighters a bit easier, and yeah, it helped, but I don't know. I feel like the game should have just had everyone locked from the start like Marvel Rivals. At the very least, every character should be unlocked now that the game is shutting down and is no longer monetized. When FNAF AR was on a chopping block, they even gave the paid DLC away for free. Why couldn't MultiVersus do the same thing? This game definitely should have just kept monetization to the cosmetics. Having to pay real life money or grind for hours to unlock Marvin the Martian was probably a big turnoff for people. In conclusion, MultiVersus is a pretty fun game with a great concept that was unfortunately bogged down by the bad monetization practices, weird character picks, and the refusal to address the complaints about the game's speed until it was too late. It's really a shame that this game failed. Like I said, it had a lot of potential, but it just never reached it. This wouldn't have happened if they added Sheldon Cooper. I suspect that by the end of the year, Disney will announce their very own Smash clone to take MultiVersus' place. They already made a Mario Kart game, why stop now? Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go convince WarnerBros to add regular show back to max. Seriously, why is it gone? I pay for a subscription service to get access to an entire company's library. Why remove stuff? Bye, I guess.